Hey, folks, welcome to the Bob Randall and Company Live Preview Show, episode 32. And this is September 18th, 2023. And as Randy always likes to say, happy Monday. Thank goodness it is Monday. Made it through the weekend. Yeah, we got a big show today for you guys. Randy, how are you, man? My co host, Randall,
Nice to
Santa,
see you.
Checker Lee over here next to me. Got to say hi to him, everyone.
Can you believe everybody? Great to have everybody join us. Can you believe it's a 30-second? You said 30-second show. Is that what you just said? Is that what you just said? Wow. Kind of
So
makes me tired
32.
thinking about it, but I'm so thankful we got it. That's crazy. These years are going
Yeah,
by so
we
so
we're,
fast. The summer's already over here up in Michigan. The trees a little bit are starting to change already. Wow.
Yeah, these days, you get down to this point in the season, everybody gets busy trying to prepare for the upcoming season. A lot of guys are still booking, a gig. Some guys have gotten a pretty full schedule. Other guys are picking up a lot of stuff coming in right now. Business clauses are very active out in the community, doing everything that they have to do, plus most Mrs. Clauses and Santas. But I know here at the household, the girls do most interior decorating and a whole lot of the outside decorating. I take care of the roof, the fence. They catch everything else, and it's a busy time of year for everybody.
It's uh it's crazy how much to think about decorating pretty soon. I mean, that's and I with all my changes, I don't even know what I'm going to do this year. I'm just kind of like I don't know how I'm going to decorate because, of course, a new house, period,
At
but I have
home.
no idea. I mean, a lot of that stuff I put in storage because I just don't know how I'm going to deal with it. But but you got to start thinking about it because I've got to be decorated before the season starts, really.
Yes, yes, yes. That's a big deal, especially for those of us that, I've mentioned before, I'm starting mid-October through mid-November doing photo sessions with photographer. And then, of course, my mall season starts on the 16th of November, runs all the way to December 24th. So now's the time. If you're going to do it, you got to get it done. What's really crazy, Randy, is we're like 98 days from Christmas. Is that correct?
Yeah, and that's Christmas Day, and so
Christmas
that's
Day.
like it's over. Our season, everything's over, and
Boom.
that's just it's just hard to
Only
believe.
thing at that point to do is sit back, get some R and figure out how you're going to spend a few dollars that you're ahead on, from your season.
It's
A lot of
always
folks
that.
take that money and catch a school or two early in the season. Some guys start preparing for upgrades on their costuming. Mrs. Clauses are designing new dresses at that point, come January, and outfits and hairdos and all the things that Mrs. Claus, used to Santa's talked about all the beard preparation and all the different products that we use, but Mrs. Claus has come along. She has really upped her game,
Oh,
as Deanna Golden likes to say, writing their own history as modern day right now as it goes. And gosh, I think they've caught up to us. They've got as much to do with themselves as we do now.
yeah, they
To
really have
prepare.
got really have got just the biggest path ahead of them for what they can do, and that's what's so
Yes, and
cool.
the sky's the limit.
Yeah, and
Sky's
that's I mean I thought we were lucky now lately to have diverse suits and everything else, the coats, the vests, the coat, the this and that. But Mrs. Claus is now they're which is fantastic. The variety is I love these Mrs. Claus top hats this Erica makes. It's just they're phenomenal looking. They're like
all of them.
so unique and there's just so many vintage and there's of course the classic look. There's just besides these ladies got these eyes that we kind of put blinders on every once in a while. We only see what we've seen for so many years. I was
Wow.
in a meeting the other night and I'll say it, Sean did it. She said something like, "Oh my goodness." You know what? It was an easy thing to think about, but boom, is because it's a fresh eye. So I tell you, I'll say thumbs up. And so to them
Yeah,
coming,
I mean their clothing has, in the beginning was rather simple because they would, like for me, for instance, me and my Mrs. Claus, we bought an ensemble where we
Mhm.
matched from the same company as a package deal, and but they have got so creative with everything involved as their row has grown and as they've taken on more and more. So many different looks by the Mrs. Claus, and although Santa does have, the green coats and the different types of things that have come along in the last 10, 15 years or so, but I tell you what, Mrs. Claus's row has really blossomed and has made the industry so much better.
I just look at the, remember when every Mrs. Claus had to wear a bonnet? That old fashioned. I mean,
Yeah,
that's all wear a bonnet.
mom hats they called them.
Yeah, with mop heads. Yeah, and it's just like now, wow. It just
I tell
that's
you what, most Mrs. Clauses in the industry won't wear those
won't wear
anymore.
anymore. Yeah.
They like took them and it's like back in the '60s when they took their bra off and burned it. Well, they've done the same thing with the mob hat. All right, Randy. Well, today, right here, right now, we've got 91 degrees, sunny. We've had a little bit of overcast this morning. Uh, Back into the 90s, man. We had a couple of days, one day in the upper 70s and a couple in the 80s, but boom, summer's back. It's not wanting to let go down here in South Texas or in the South, in northern Texas. But the systems, and we got a little bit of a chance for rain tonight and tomorrow, but the systems come off I've said this before, come off the eastern slopes of the Rockies. And because where Dallas Fort Worth is located, with the Rockies extending down into New Mexico and the high plains to the west of us, just west of Fort Worth, where it starts to fall back down into where we're at. Uh, we have some unique weather patterns that come through, and the big cities down here in the southern plains, southern portion of the United States get what they call a heat dome, and that's where the city is so big that it creates its own temperature. The temperature just outside of the general North Texas DFW area may be 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees cooler than right in the city. So that heat dome rises, causes a dome. When the systems come through, they split and go around us and come back together on the other side.
Wow.
And so we're hoping for some rain. We need some more. We did get an inch this last week. An inch. Yes, that's right. We finally got an inch of rain. It did help, but boy, way, way, way much more needed.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had much rain late the past few weeks or so, or week or so, but got down to 49 last night. Boy, the heat went on and everything else, and pulled up a little bit, curled up a little bit, and so, but it sunshiny and 71 or so today. So we've got the falls, like I said, the fall colors are already changing. The trees are already starting to change here in Michigan. Not northern Michigan is far sooner than where I'm at here in the Metro Detroit area, but they're starting to change already, and it's going to be such a beautiful sight when that happens. The problem is in raking, not looking forward to that. Well, actually, I probably can't rake now with what's going on. I can't now, they said right now. So,
Got a few leaves that have started falling here, but not totally. I mean, they're still green and just a few that have, and started noticing a few on the lawn, what's left of it. So hey, enjoy it while you can, brother, because I know you're going to be covered in snow before long. Now I'm kind of not thinking about where you're located, but do you ever get lake effect snows coming off any of the lakes where you're at, or
no,
they
I'm
go?
I'm I'm in far enough in kind of, I'm not in the middle of the state, but not too far off to get really lake effect. I'm too far off because Lake Michigan is 3 hours west, so I don't get any lake effect that way. And the other from the Detroit, Lake St. Clair and Lake Huron and Lake Erie is way far south technically. Um,
Yeah,
you don't get
and
much
it
out
would
of
go
that. Of
off
course,
to the
Lake
eastern.
Superior is a totally different world in the UP. So,
Yeah,
but
and the lake
yeah,
effects
I don't
for the other lakes will go east of you, so
right,
off the eastern shores.
right, the
Well,
eastern
all right,
side.
let's go ahead and jump in here and say hi to Adam Renfro. Santa Kevin's with us today. Ernie, hi, Ernie. Dana, good to see you. Sean's with us as well. Let's see here. Who else we got? Neil Nichols today. Jeff Olette. Uh, Charlie Johnson, of course. Charlie's in. Hey, Charlie, you're in timeout. Be good today, boy. AJ is with us, of course, as always. Who else we got on here? Randy?
Man, what a
Uh,
great crew! What a
Randy
great bunch.
Neely is with us today. Good to see
Diana
Randy from Coffee,
Vian's
Texas.
here, and Dana. Yep, you got that already. And I'm just scrolling through the Facebook here. Carl White. Hey, Carl, how are you doing?
Tom
Elizabeth, that was
McGraw.
on last week.
Tom McGraw's with us.
Hey, Tom. Wow. See, Tom's
Elizabeth
more north
Roosh
and,
is
and
with us.
west. Tom might get some of the lake effect off of Lake Michigan. Tom, he's more west than me, a little more northwest. So Tom might Michigan. He might get a little of that lake effect off of Lake Michigan. Oh, wow, man, what a great start to list of people here. That's fantastic.
Yes,
Gosh,
fantastic. Let's see, Elizabeth. I mentioned Elizabeth Roosh is with us. What a great show her and Tracy had Tuesday night. Oh my goodness, such a fantastic show. We enjoyed it so much. They have really blossomed going into their second year, and hey, those guys are setting the world on fire right now. It's like we got Judy with us today, Maynard. Uh, Anybody else? I don't see anybody else at this time, Randy. All right, are you ready to get into this big old burger with that cheese melting off the side? Oh my goodness.
I
Let's
don't
hit
think I
it.
can get my mouth that big. I'll try. I'll try.
That takes a knife and a fork. It's called.
I've never eaten a burger with a knife and fork before. I've never have that. That's like pizza. I've never eaten pizza with a knife and a fork.
I do since I've become,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
all
yeah. I
this.
never
I
thought about.
do
Yeah,
only
that
because of
makes a
that.
lot of sense. Makes a lot of
Mhm.
sense, and I
All
probably
right,
have a
Angela,
pizza
let's
now
go
and
on
then.
this one.
National Cheeseburger Day.
What's that, Angie?
Carl White said it's National Cheeseburger Day.
Yeah, National
Yeah.
Cheeseburger Day. Carl White says, "I love it. I might go out and get me one, man. I gotta have one, right?"
Maybe that's what I'm gonna have for dinner instead of the cheeseburger. May I have a? I gotta go out to dinner tonight. We got a friend and friends getting a house, so we're gonna go celebrate. So that's what we'll do. That sounds like a good
So,
one. Thanks, Carl, for that.
so sounds like a good idea. All right, this is something burger. Hot topics, two topics of the day. Questions that we pose to you guys. You guys give us what you think, your answers, how you may use it, whatever the question may pose, and we're gonna let Randy run with the first one as we always do.
Thank you, Bob. Man, always being so polite to me, man. I tell you, bless you always. Now it's again two quick, easy questions. One is, what was you as Bob, Santa, Kevin, whoever's out there, your favorite Christmas gift as a child? That's an easy one to write. Mine was a castle I got when I was very young. I got a castle with all the guys. But so that I wonder what your favorite Christmas gift was. Now, also then, what is the craziest, the weirdest, the wildest Christmas gift that a child ever asked you for? And how did you react? Because there are some things that they've asked for that you can't really say back to the children. I mean, my mommy wants to have a baby. Santa can't do that. I mean, it just sometimes takes us by surprise. So I'm curious, what's your favorite gift as a child? What was the favorite gift you got when you were a child from Santa? And what was the craziest, weirdest gift that a child asked for? And did you just, oh, that's wonderful, and blow it off, or kind of do it off, or did you react kind of uniquely? Bob, how about you? What was your two?
Hey, man, I just can't narrow it down to one or two. I had so many. Luckily, Santa and my parents were always pretty accommodating and getting us what we really, really wanted. That one, major gift. I can remember when we were very young, me and my sister got uh, it helped poor people, a pedal, uh, uh, Surrey with a fringe on top is what they called it. It had a canopy on top with a little fringe on it. Had a little, bar up front that you stared with, and you pedaled on both sides in the front. Had the back seat for passengers. I know we had a blast with that. My dad and my grandfather, my dad's father, had just paid. We had a very long backyard at the house that we were at that time. They had just paved a sidewalk from the back of the house all the way out to the back of the property. Of course, the alleyway where they picked up the trash. So me and my sister went up and down that thing. Of course, we'd have to get off and
That's neat.
turn it around and set it back up on the sidewalk. But it was so much fun.
That's great.
Probably one of my all-time favorites was my first drum kit. I got when I was in the sixth grade, which was really cool. Something I wanted so bad, and of course, my parents, was hesitant to get it, but
Did they
hey,
get earplugs for themselves for Christmas? I don't know.
they allowed me to play it while they were at work before they got home in the evening. So I'd come home from school, rush straight in, grab my sticks, and go to town. Yeah, turn up the stereo and have
Uh,
fun with it. slot car. I don't know if you remember the slot car tracks where the
Oh
car
yeah.
goes into the and runs. Got a slot car kit one year with controller and carrying box and all that. Was really cool.
It
So
was what,
I mean, I've been
HO
blessed.
or 32nd size or whatever that was. HO was the small ones, right? Wasn't HO
Yeah,
the
it was
small one?
the bigger size. It was
Oh, the
30,
bigger
like
size, the what,
30,
30?
32
Okay.
cents. Yeah.
Yeah, I had them
And
both, man. They were fantastic. I was always
there
little
was
kid handed
a
around the curve.
cafeteria that we would frequent quite often at a shopping center not far from here. And next door was a slot car track. They had multiple different kind of tracks in there. They didn't have any drag strips. Now the drag strips are very popular. Scott Parker, as many of you know, he was in the straight line slot car racing for some time down here in Dallas. A couple of guys that I grew up went to high school with raced at the same place he did. Got to know him. So a little tight circle there. But the particular track that we went to was kind of like road race style, and it was really cool. I had a lot of fun with it, and those were just three of my favorites. As far as what the children ask, gosh, man, I think I've been asked just about for anything and everything you could think of at the mall. Like, you hear so many, and I don't have any that really just stand out. I'm sure those memories would pop back in at certain times. But how about
Let's
you, Randy?
like I said, the castle was probably my favorite gift as a child. The castle, and I remember my parents telling me years later that they had to order it. It was made in Germany, and they had it shipped, and it was just didn't get to the toy store, the old-fashioned toy stores, until Christmas Eve. So they had to pick it up on Christmas Eve, bring it home, and wrap it up. And so that was probably my favorite. I still have most of the pieces still because it was so favorite. Slot car things definitely were. And when it comes to what the children asked for, I mean, always the weirdest thing is, of course, they ask for either that I want a house or a unicorn, which I want to hear some explanations on unicorns here. What do you tell the children when they ask for the unicorn? I mean, I can bring you a stuffed animal unicorn, but that's kind of maybe there's something else we can get on somebody we're hearing here today. What they tell the children if they get asked for a unicorn, or mommy and daddy want. Of course, we could ask the really rough question if mommy and daddy are stop fighting for Christmas, but I'm not quite going. We'll go there in the next couple of weeks right before the season. But it's just your favorite toy. So, but let's see what we got here. We've got
Right,
Elizabeth.
unicorn, Randy, real quick.
Yeah,
Unicorn, they
but
ask for unicorn. The first thing I always say is, where are you going to keep it? Are you going to let it sleep in bed with you? Are you going to bring it in the house? Is mom, dad going to allow that?
yeah,
Kind of try to divert with
yeah,
different questions.
that's definitely just going to sleep with you. And cool. Yes, Elizabeth says, "Oh, Cabbage Patch doll." There was fights, Elizabeth, for people buying Cabbage Patch dolls back there and to buy them up so much. But I don't know. Are they still as collectible as they used to be? Are they worth, or they just got too many made? I don't know. But they were. I remember, and they had those Cabbage Patch koozies, or whether they were actually they were animals. They were pretty cute. Facebook user. Oh boy. Oh man from Uncle stuff. Wait a minute. Napoleon Solo and Ilya Kuryakin. Is that back from the attache case, man? You were gotta see who that is. I'm sorry, I gotta see who that is.
That was Santa Kevin.
Santa Kevin. Hey, I knew Kevin's got some great ideas. We were chit chatting back and forth. He's looking for a balloon pump. So, man, you definitely got a good one there. Man from Uncle stuff. But they had the briefcase and the stuff popped out the side and the camera turned. Oh man, it was fantastic stuff from Man from Uncle. Oh, that's Angela's net. Uh-oh. Charlie said chemistry set. No, it's Carly. You didn't blow too much up, did you, Charlie, when you were young? Is that what Charlie said his favorite one was? Uh, uh, Connected solution ate a hole. Oh, ate a hole in the wooden table. Oh boy.
You go, Charlie. You go.
Yeah. How long were you in trouble, Charlie? Probably quite a while with that one. Oh my goodness. I never got a chemistry set. I don't think my parents ever trusted me. I think enough to get a chemistry set. I think they were smarter than I thought. Really, not getting me one.
I don't know how big that hole was, but if Charlie was smart back then, he could have told mom and dad to help kind of take some of the sting away from it. Hey, I burned a hole in the picnic table. There's a pan underneath there. When you get through with your trash, just push it in there. When you
Drop
get
it
through with
right
your
on
plate,
through there.
break the scraps up in there.
Uh, it's AJ, how you doing, Zen AJ? Man with the great one. Star Wars, of course. Yeah, you can tell AJ's age. Star Wars, you can tell that. Of course, any of those. Um, Always, yeah. The children always ask for a live unicorn. Yep, that's the thing. And like Bob said, that's a great way to do it is to deflect. Like we've said a lot of things. If you don't want to straightforward answer the question, deflect it with something else. That's for sure. AJ action figures. Oh man. Okay, we can go back to action figures in the 60s. Right over there, if I point, you can't really see, but I have a shelving unit of action figures from the 60s. Captain Action, I've got collectibles. So, yeah, sorry, I'm a geek when it comes to those things too. That's a good choice, AJ. Um, Elizabeth, yeah, live action can't live in the house. Exactly, Elizabeth. That's a quick way to tell them they can't live in the house. Where are you going to put them? Or they'll ask for a reindeer. We want a reindeer for Christmas. Well, you got a big enough backyard for it to fly and everything else. So let's see who the Facebook user is
got to
next.
have
Or my
shelter. You got
favorite
to
gift
build a
was
barn.
that's Sean. Hey Sean, was from Santa was a Barbie ski lodge. I didn't know she even had a ski lodge. Man, that doll's got everything. A ski lodge. The craziest thing he asked for, 4-year-old was a red-headed girl with a leopard couch. That's all she wanted. A red-headed. Very specific what that little girl wanted. Oh my goodness. So if you can type, Sean, what you said back, I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Um, Who's after that? Love slack cars. Yeah, Carl, I agree, man. Slack cars, but like I said, I was a little too heavy-handed around the corners. Now I was lucky enough on some of them had the bank curves, so you could go a little quicker. But those sharp ones, you could. Sorry, ladies, you might not. San AJ again. Kids ask for Legos, of course. Yeah, that is the all-American one. That's not. That's it's great that it's easy. But I always tell the children, now I love Legos, but do me Santa one big favor. Do me a big favor. Oh, don't leave the pieces out. Oh, their toes when you step on them, mom and dad. So I always make a joke about stepping on Legos for children. Elizabeth, my youngest son asked Santa for a shopping cart with grocery stores that have was little. Oh, little shopping carts to go shopping with. That's a fun one. Uh, Santa brought him a smaller version. He's 17 and still has it in his room. I want to give him a round of applause, your son.
Right.
I do.
Hang on to the nostalgic.
I do. I want to give him, Elizabeth. Tell your son, man, thumbs up. That rocks. That rocks. Charlie, I tell them the unicorn is a wild animal that only live in the fairy woods. Perfect. They only live in the fairy woods. They don't live down the street at the local McDonald's or wherever or the local mall. And would poke holes in the walls if you force them to live in it. Yeah, that horn's pretty dangerous. Good stuff, Charlie. Now what's after Charlie there? Tell the unicorns. Just say no. Okay, it's got to be Scott. There we go. Just say no. Still can't
Parker,
figure out why I'm getting
I'm getting
fired up.
fired so much.
Oh goodness, Evil Knievel. Wow, Ernie, Evil Knievel. Man, I forgot about Evil Knievel. Was that the one that you pulled the thing out? That little had a little long. It had a little long plastic thing. You pulled it and it took off by itself. Stunt cycle things it was at. Child who asked me to bring her grandmother back, yeah, who passed away. Again, that's something that's gonna be one of the questions we're gonna pose again. Maybe it's something you folks can start thinking about again. Is we're gonna be one of those again to refresh us just before the season, how you answered that. And that's one of the real tough questions is how do you bring, and no, we know we can't, and what you say back. Says prayers together. And I told her that I loved one always. And they're on their minds and hearts and the tears it was that's a wonderful thing. Whoops, who said that again? I'm sorry, Ernie. um let's see, finish the rest here. Hearts and the tears we shed with them, and the greatest because they are filled with love. Her mother was crying. Yeah, see, that's you touch their heart with saying those things, and that's what we do, and that's what we're supposed to do, and making them feel better. They're not crying and they're not sad because of they're sad because they're gone, but you're sad because they're also then what a wonderful thing you did. Very, very good, Arnie. Very good. Debbie, how are you? Deborah, see her. Who's that after that's it? Kevin?
Uh-huh.
That's it. Who's that after that, Kevin? Just one.
Judy Minor.
Junie. One girl asked Rick if I could get a boyfriend for her grandmother. Um, you're not supposed to give out websites, but no, you wouldn't give out a website. But yeah, I'm kind of curious. how you respond to that. What if you can? I don't know if it's a big long gone. I'm kind of curious what you told the young lady for asking for a boyfriend for her grandmother. I'm just if you got a second. I love unicorns. We'll get it here. The unicorns, but don't want to give them away, Bob. Okay, that's right. Okay, Diana. Weird wants a,
Parker.
that was Parker.
Yeah, again, I love unicorns. Don't want to give them away, Bob.
Okay, Dana says, weird wants a gold mine, a hotel, and the worst one was a little girl wanted a toolbox with a hammer in it. When Santa asked why she wanted to, she said to bash her brother, and okay, bash her brother in the head with it. Ouch. Okay, you said we told her it would. Wow, we told her it would get her in on the naughty list very, very quickly. Yeah, ouch, Dana. Yeah, that's got to deter from that. Great job, real quick, because to bash my brother in the head with that, ouch. Surprising what little ones want. Electric football game. Are those the ones that the little guy like this just vibrated all over the place? I got one for Christmas. Wanted it so bad, and I don't think I played with it twice because it's like I could never get it to work.
What Randy says is had to reset it after each play, and I think that was the downfall.
Yeah,
having to reset
said it
each
every
time.
day. And that's Bob. Is that Bob? Yeah, Bob from
Yeah, Boyder.
Canada. Yep. How are you doing? Good to see you. From greetings from Canada. Actually, my relatives will be in the middle of October. I'll tell them to say hi to you from Canada here. My favorite was called an odd og. We got to see who that is because I got to know what that is.
That's Tom up in Vancouver,
Tom,
Washington.
what is a odd og? What is it, Tom? I'm curious what that is. Curious. Is it
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one either.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots? You knocked his block off, or wasn't that what the saying was at the end of it?
Yeah.
Oh goodness. It's a rhinoceros. It's a rhinoceros overweight unicorn. That's got to be Scott Parker.
No, it's Tom again.
It's Tom again with the. Oh my goodness, you guys are going back and forth. That's fantastic, guys. Love it. Grandma was with her and gave me a look that Santa was bringing her a beloved. Wait a minute. Sorry, Grandma was with her and gave me the look that Santa was bringing her a beloved couch. I said that she must be very special because the elves would work extra hard to fit it in Santa's sleigh. Oh, man, bring her a couch for Christmas. That's good. She hugged me, and I still have the Barbie ski lodge. That must be Sean. You still have the
Sean.
Barbie ski lodge? Sean, do me a favor. Can you take a I got to see what that looks like. I'm sorry, Sean. You can take and just text it to me. I'm curious what it looks like. Not that I'm a real Barbie fan. I just never seen the ski lodge before because this is yodeling, right? This is the Alps. The next one is after that is Judy, right?
Judy Maynard, yeah.
Yep. He said that he couldn't do that because he's a toy maker, not a matchmaker. Oh, what a word play on. I love that. A toy maker, not a matchmaker. Come on, guys. That's cute. That's cute. That is very cute. Dad had a special and rare unicorns. Dad had the special and rare unicorns. They were the homeless type.
Hornless type.
Hornless type. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's probably talking about their show horses.
Gotcha. I still have my Cabbage Patch doll too. Wow, man. Yeah, so many unique things. Of course, you guys got for Christmas and some weird things. I love the one about a toy maker, not a matchmaker. Oh my gosh,
great
play on
words.
That is a line play on words. That's what's so cool about this segment. We get to hear that stuff that never would hear, and some of the other stuff. Thank you guys. Always. I mean, and Bob's got a great thing, so we're gonna have so much more. It's just dynamite, guys. You guys are. Should I say Guyettes too, since it was a kid thing back in there with Smurfette, and Smurfettes was a big toy years ago. So I should say Guy and Guyettes, right? To be like Smurf and Smurfettes. Most of these people remember Smurf and Smurfettes. So now we got a great question that Bob's going to have. Man, thank you again, everybody. You guys are dynamite.
All right. Again, mine is a chance to maybe find out if a few people don't know because and a reason behind my question is you see this so much on Facebook every day in every forum, folks wanting to ask a question that was asked yesterday, the day before, the day before that. So here it is. How many of you know what the magnifying glass on Facebook is? How many of you know what the magnifying glass is? How it is used, be it on a profile or a group or even on your home page, and do you know where to find it? How often do you find yourself using it? For me, I use it constantly. Once I discovered it, it's so much easier to go looking for a post or a thread of a subject title that you saw yesterday or last week or the week before. And with most groups, there's so much posting going on every day that if there's something here today, 30 minutes later, it's 25, 30 posts down the page. And if any posts are commented on that are below that, it picks that up as what they call bumping and brings that back to the top. So posts and threads get lost in these groups and even on your, again, your private profile page sometimes really quick if you post a lot. And every day you see guys asking, well, I know I saw a post yesterday about bleaching hair and beard, but I can't find it. Can somebody tell me how do you do it? Well, it gets redundant. Yes, we're all here to try to help those who need help. That's what most of us like to do is help the newer guys or even guys that's just searching for information, right? But that magnifying glass, again, we always say Google and YouTube is your best friends. That magnifying glass can be your best friend on Facebook. So if you don't know where it's at the top left-hand corner of your page, there's always a black bar. That's your toolbar on top. There is a magnifying glass right there. You can search anything within Facebook, a name, a business name. If you're looking for a Santa with a certain name, say the Holiday Santa or whatever, you can put that in. It'll pull up everything within that search. You can also find it on your profile page on the right-hand side. There's three little dots, three little black dots. Click on that. A drop-down window drops down, and the second thing on that list is a magnifying glass for search. All right, so let's see what everybody has to say. Not sure who this is. Ernie says search.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, I've done search before. Like if I go to member, like I look up a member, I'll type in Bob McMasters and bring you up. But I didn't know you could do questions or
You can. Sure can, especially within the groups. If you're looking for a specific topic, you can use multiple wording, whatever you want to put in there, kind of like you would in a regular Google search, except
so
on
technically you're using
Facebook.
the same search bar all the time. If I type in Bob McMasters, I'm looking for your page that comes up. But if I type in TuesNet Live and I'm asking for a question asked, let's say, beard
You
whitening.
can find that
I
in the
use the
groups. You
same
can
bar.
find it on, you can find that in the groups under the search particular bar there, or in your private page under search.
Okay.
Elizabeth Rose says yes, yes, yes. Charlie says that he never has used it. Charlie's so smart he don't need to go searching for information. He's got it all right there in his noodle. Elizabeth says search in the group page or on all of Facebook. That's correct. You can use it in multiple different ways and platforms. Randy Neely says search on top right-hand corner. That's correct. There in your group, the three little dots is where you can find it on your page or particular pages like Sat Bob's or the Tuesday Night Live page. DMODOG to you guys. Tom's really messing with us now. Oh, he down message. DM stands for down message. ODOG to you guys.
I found out what that OG is. He sent me a instant message. That's what an OG is. Well, it's a toy of some kind.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I'll look more, but that's what that's what that is. Huh. That's crazy. Interesting. Thanks for sending that. I didn't know anything about it. I'll Google it
Parker
later. I'm sure
says,
it's got something about it.
okay, the lookup search icon. I'm with you now. Ernie says you can search people, groups, and pages. That's correct. Elizabeth, search terms are words. Charlie says, not that smart, Bob. I have used search. I stand corrected. Okay. Maybe I didn't describe that correctly when I was talking about it, but yes, it's a search bar. It's a magnifying glass is the icon that is used with it. If you look for the magnifying glass, either behind the three dots on groups and pages in your personal profile and or in the top left-hand corner on your toolbar. Either way. Carl White says searching within a group is a great way to find that thing you saw the other day. It's on the right below the group title. That's true. There's multiple places to find it. Just look for the magnifying glass, as we said. All right, looks like they have stopped coming in at this point, Randy. Fantastic.
Always
Just wanted to kind of bring that to light and let folks know that if you've never used it or if you use it in a minimum kind of way, minimalistic, use it more often. It can really save you time searching for stuff. If you, like I say, you go you go to Tuesday Night Live and start looking for something that was said 3 days ago. It can be so far down the page, it can get frustrating. You almost give up because you think, well, it's been deleted or something's happened to it. Maybe I didn't see it on this group. It was another group. I was just thinking it was this group.
Yeah.
Just do the search bar.
So it kind of works the same way as Google does. Is basically it just gives you those highlights and searches for those keywords, which is great. Okay,
that's exactly what Diane has said. It's hard to find when you don't know what group it was in. That's true. Right. And I have spent time looking from group to group to group to group, looking for it too, knowing that I had saw it. Randy says, like Sherlock Holmes, use the large magnifying glass to search for clues. Yes. Elizabeth says you can search all of Facebook to post you've seen recently. All right, well, fantastic. Everybody, if you haven't used it or if you've only used it in a minimal kind of way, think about it next time you're searching for something. And it's it's not wrong that if you can't find something within an appropriate amount of time, to go ahead and go back to that group or a different group and ask that question. I'm not saying don't ask questions. I'm just saying that a lot of times we see redundancy when it comes to questions day after day after day on certain topics. It has just a long list of answers that are readily available if you just go searching for them. All right, Randy, are you ready let's move along to santascloset.org and do the lead in for that.
Sounds good. See you in a minute.
Let's go.
Hey everyone, Elf Angela Mack here for Bob, Randyl, and Company Live. The show about nothing. Bob, Randyl, and Company Live is brought to you by Santa's Closet. Santa's Closet has been delivering unique, value-packed Santa and Mrs. Claus accessories since 2004. Santa's Closet's main goal is to provide both a superior customer experience with tremendous value for their customers. Santa's Closet brings more than 400 separate products to the Claus community at a reasonable price. Santa's Closet is under new ownership. Let's welcome Santa Wade and Scarlett Kaufman of Tennessee, whom will continue the tradition of bringing you products of unparalleled quality and design. Don't forget to visit their sites at santascloset.org and support their efforts of bringing quality products to the community. This is Angela Mack reminding you to catch our show every Monday at 3 p.m. Central. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to Bob, Randyl, and Company Live and today's Monday Santa's Closet Trivia.
All right, guys, here we are, santascloset.org, and I'm going to turn it over to Randy. Let him get this question out there and see if we can stump you today.
Man, isn't that one of those wonderful blank, blank, blank not too many blanks in this one. It's pretty good. It's not as many as usual. So these guys are just whistle right through it. Here we go, guys. In blank, U.S. soldiers stationed at Fort Blank hauled trees from the surrounding woods to their barracks at Christmas. Wow. In blank, U.S. soldiers stationed at Fort Blank hauled trees from the surrounding woods to their barracks at Christmas time. So we've got two different blanks. It's what city and what was the name of the fort? Right? They're
So
just the two on and what they're just those two things, right? Oh, and
no, the first blank is what year?
what
In
in what year? I apologize. In what year? There we go. In what year? So the first one in blank is a year. Then the second one is a fort blank to figure out where it was. What year was a fort named? Then we got a second question to add a little bit of thing, right? We got a next one. What year was the fort's fonts? Huh?
What year? What was the fort's name? And what is the
Fort's
area
name.
known as now where the
Oh,
fort was? Where the fort was?
Wake
Yeah,
up.
confusing. I'm sorry.
Sorry, my less than ADD or something that's kind of doesn't
And what
dyslexia.
year U.S. soldiers stationed at Fort? What was the name of the fort? Hauled trees from the surrounding woods to their barracks at Christmas. So we need the year. We need to know what the fort name was, and then we need to know what is that area where the fort is called today, modern day, 2023.
Cool. Wow. See,
I
nobody
think
yet.
Elizabeth is on to us, Randy.
Yeah. Hey, Greg. I haven't seen you back. Greg, how you doing? Good to see you. Greg Switch is on. Good to see
Hey,
you.
hi, Greg.
Hey, great to
Don't,
see you, man.
don't know where you've
Yeah.
been keeping yourself, man, but you need to drop by more often. We've been having fun.
Yeah, I've seen his smiling face on Facebook there. He's done some posts, so that's good. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Always a
Hope you're
pleasure.
doing well.
Always a pleasure.
That's a good
All right, guys, we're
question.
going to do the exit video here. Let you guys work on that a little bit longer, and we'll be back in just a moment. Theme of the day for the Elfin Chatterbox News is no news is good news, right? Well, we do have a little bit. We're going to, go back over what we've been going over for weeks now, but it's important because we're talking about three very special events, three events that no matter what part of the country that you are in, one of them is within a day's drive of you, most likely. Of course, for Tom over in Vancouver, Washington, everything's more than a 1 day drive or 2 day drive for him. He's so far up there in the Pacific Northwest. But for most of us that live in the central United States or somewhere around, between Randy and myself, you can get to one of these schools. And so we'll start off with the San Antonio, Texas, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2024. npcornerstones.com. See it right there on the screen. Two Christmas schools collaborate to form North Pole Cornerstones. Now, this does not mean that Santa Nana's Holiday University and Santa and the Business Being Santa is combining. We're just coming together to do an annual event once a year. Our first kickoff will be February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2024. What we want to read real quick here is it's 3 days of fresh, new, innovative curriculum presented by 5 experienced instructors. Rex Ray, Hall of Fame Santa, 2018. Deanna Golden and Judith Broderick from Santa Ana Holiday University. Myself, and of course, Rex is also part of Sat Bob's, and Chrissy Kovic. And then our 6th member of the team is Scott Saratine in Edmond, Oklahoma. He is our logistics expert and our audio-visual expert. Be taking care of all that. If you went to Branson, you got to see Scott do his magic from the back of the room with the mixer boards and lights and everything. Well, he's really upped his game from Branson. So if can't wait to see what all he's bringing. North Pope Cornerstones is a collaboration between two of your most respected sources of holiday education, Santa Ana's Holiday University, Division of Lucky Royce, and Santa and the Business of Being Santa, Sat Bob's Division of Gordon Bailey. Each set a bar for quality and innovative education. They are our two cornerstones, and that's we're taking what they the groundwork that they laid down. We're taking their vision and we're just blowing it up on steroids. This will be a new, innovative way of teaching. A lot of interactive classroom time. We're going to do some videotaping of you performing certain. How can I say this without giving away too much? There will be certain objectives that we were going to ask each of you to do. We're going to break you down into smaller groups, and then each group will present. We're going to videotape it. They'll go home with you on a thumb drive. We're going to have Saturday night out on the town in San Antonio. We've rented commercial buses to take us from the northwest side of San Antonio at the Marriott Northwest to the city center, Riverwalk area. Going to ride gondola boats, sing Christmas carols along the Riverwalk, go out to eat, which the only meal that's not provided by Cornerstones will be the Saturday night dinner. Sunday night, we're going to have the gala banquet. Fantastic graduation. Lots of things planned. We're still working on it, and time is running low. If you're interested, go over to npcornerstones.com. That's North Pope Cornerstones at npcornerstones.com is the website, and check out everything. We're constantly upgrading that. We also have a Facebook page under North Pope Cornerstones. Come visit us. Think about joining us, and over to Randy for the next exciting announcement.
Man, it's a weekend that's going to be phenomenal. I mean, especially
fun.
The neatest thing is you're adding so much hands-on interaction, and that's what helps so much when you're learning and everything else, and going to be really, really. Besides, everything is inclusive. But
well, for me, Randy, coming from the dirt track racing world, and I've mentioned this before too, and I know I say that a lot, but everybody was your competitor in racing. You were racing for trophies, you were racing for points, championships, money, sponsorship money. So it was one of those deals where nobody shared nothing. It was literally you learn by the seat of your pants, or you find someone that has the experience that will come into your team as a team member or a crew chief for you that can help you. I was lucky there. I had great people that helped me. I knew how to drive, but I wasn't real good at setups and that sort of thing. So this is the same way. You learn by the seat of the pants. And the more interactive, the more we can put you into those situations, the performance situations, the more you're going to take away from it.
definitely, I mean, because it's the old thing. You learn as you do, and everything else. You get better the more you do it. So, speaking about two fantastic guys out there, in the next thing going on. Of course, that was February. The next one is, boom, is the Master Claus Academy, coming up in March. Guys, again, March is going to be another phenomenal class with Lee Andrews and Jeff McMullen. Phenomenal weekend. They're both going to take a day, and they have years and years of experience as not just as Santas, as clowns, as performers, storytellers, everything. So it's going to be the same thing, a very, very interactive, very hands-on weekend. It's just crazy to get those two guys together at any event. So don't miss. That is March. Hold on here. I'm messing up here. March
22nd through the 24th.
22nd through the 24th in Columbus, Ohio. The best thing to do if you want to find out more about it is go to the Facebook page on Ohio Santas, or get a hold of Ben Bellhorn. He has I don't think there's many seats left, but there's a few left, and there is one big seat left available that's being sponsored here by Randyl, which me, and of course Bob Randyl and Company Live Monday. We're giving away a scholarship to that event on the masterclass. So don't forget, I'm going to post it again this week. What you have to do to enter, I have 5 entries. Is all I've got is 5. So you got a huge chance so far to get it if you send an entry in. We've got a little time yet to get them in, but don't forget, that's a $275 value we're going to be giving here away from my company, Checker Magic, and of course Bob Randyl and Company. We're doing that. Of course, you have to have your hotel and all those kind of things, but you can join us there in March in Columbus, Ohio. So I will post that again so you guys can get a few more in. And like I said, it'll be a great way to go, great thing to go, and free. Of course, that would be a free thing for the winter. Of course, we all know that this is free here. We all know this is free, but so don't miss here. But then, of course, man, that's just the first. That's February and March. That's the first 2 months out of the year. Look at the gangbusters of classes and schools the first 2 months of next year. Like Bob said earlier, take that little bit of money out of that Christmas. I know some, a lot of us do it for free, or some do it for free, and some make a little bit. But take that little bit of extra money and go to it. There's so much you can learn. I mean, it is just.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just think about it this way, Randy. You can take, if you're doing independent work, you do home visits, you can take 2 or 3 of your home visits, the money that you make from that, and the knowledge that you will learn at these schools, the experience that you get, the brotherhood, which is, as we've mentioned time and time again, that you get with the sharing outside of class, at dinners, those sort of things, where you're one-on-one, 1-on-5 with other Santa's Mrs. Clauses, is invaluable. But you can make that back at those 2 or 3, whatever it would add up to, visits that you would take that money in and put into education will come back to you triple fold easy the following season. So
that
keep
fellowship
that in
and
mind.
learning. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And I just want to say that, I love this community. Thank you, Randy. Randall Lee, Checker Magical Productions scholarship. These scholarships are important. Not everybody can afford to go to these events, and it has gotten expensive to go to these events. I mean, face it, it costs a lot to rent hotels. It costs a lot to be all inclusive. Now, there are still classes out there where you can go that are less expensive, but if these true experiences that a lot of us are trying to build, man, Ben Bellhorn has gone out on a limb. He has put so much into this. He has so much time, effort, cost that's affected getting Jeff and Lee together on the same weekend, 2 separate days, phenomenal. Again, thank you, Randy Lee, Checker Magical Productions, and the Bob and Randall live preview show and company live preview show for the scholarship opportunity for one lucky person to be able. Again, yes, you'll have hotel costs, you'll have travel costs, but that total cost is cut in half with the scholarship.
Right, and that's
You're not
that's
having to
where
pay
you
for
want
it. The most important part was the information that you will gain and garner from it.
That's what Bob says.
Yeah, I didn't mention that the TNL Productions Tuesday Night Live show, also, which includes Randy as well as everyone else in the TNL family, has stepped up. We're putting in a scholarship for North Pole Cornerstones. We will be picking that the last show of the year, November 7th, 2023. We'll draw out of a hat. And so again, limited amount of folks will be in these. So the pool is small for Randy's and ours. We're throwing today's winner. Name goes in a hat, and you also get goodies from Wade and Scarlett at Santa's Closet. So it's a twofer today. And then, of course, the Tuesday Night Live, we are doing a separate trivia question for the drawing, for your name to go in the hat for the drawing there. But again, scholarships are so important. They help so many. And I know the folks that were lucky enough to get scholarships the last 2 years to Branson, they just, so many times they say over and over and over, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it really is a blessing.
Just think about it.
Speaking of Branson,
Right, I'm sorry, but this is all free. Again, we're doing all this for. They're getting gifts and we're giving them scholarships. I mean, it's like, what a deal! I'm so glad you guys are here. It's exactly like Bob says. We love this business. We love the people. We want to give back. And like I said, that's kind of why I wanted to be a part of that. It was the quickest one that Ben was doing, and I jumped on Ben right away. I said, "Man, can we do this for you to do that? Because to give something back is, you as a community gave back to me so much." You have for years anyway, but last year with what happened. So it just that little bit to give back is just is smallest thing I can do to give that back. But besides, then this, like Bob said, the fellowship, the learning, man, it's just, we are very
this
blessed.
community and industry has been good to us all, Randy. Those of us been in it for a while, we've seen lots of changes. but it never fails. It's been good to us. And, for instance, there is cost still associated, even though we're giving away scholarships, we still got to pay for that scholarship. So, we figure out creative ways to try to get the money pooled, get it put in to cover that one scholarship. But gosh, no better feeling in the world than to help somebody from the heart.
Yeah.
And we feel like that's what we're doing now. With the North Pole Cornerstones, that's a $450 value. With Spangle's scholarship that he gives away, that's associated with Spangle, $459 value this year. So, work and try to get your name in that list. Speaking of Spangle, School of Santa's 2024, Branson, Missouri, in July this year, 18th, 19th. I say this year, coming up year, 2024, 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. Keynote speaker, we just spoke of Jeff McMullen, Kringle University, Santa Mac. Limited seating is left for 2024. That class is filling up really quick. Cornerstones has done well, and the Master Claus Academy is doing well. We want to thank everyone who has signed up and willing to be a part of some really cool stuff this year.
Yeah.
All right, Randy, let's move along and go ahead and jump into our preview for the Tuesday upcoming guests and shows. Now, I'll start it off as I did last week, run through a few of those and turn it over to Randy. We'll start with September 19th, which is tomorrow night. Cherry Hill Programs will have Ruby Wright and Becky Gilstrap Anderson, recruiters with lots of hiring information. Still some good jobs left out there. If there's something that you want to do, that you've always entertained doing, a mall job, it's very rewarding. It's not for everybody, I can tell you that much. I did 2 years of independent work. I always knew, though, I wanted to try that mall. It's just something that I always wanted to do. And so I jumped off into it. This will be my 11th season. So obviously I've gotten something out of it, or I wouldn't still be there. Next Tuesday, week from tomorrow night, September 26th, Bob Churchwell, Santa Bobo. He's professional Santa Claus out of Burlington, Colorado, and Bob is a new Santa. I met him in Branson, had a chance to chat with him. Got a great look. He's just like all the new folks, a real sponge, asks the right questions and soaking it all up. The following week, we got, we're jumping October 3rd because we still haven't announced that yet. October 10th will be the next one on the slate here. Santa Kenny Blair, he's professional Santa, head football and baseball coach in Oklahoma Public Schools. Again, he has a exclusive seamstress that is phenomenal. He has some of the nicest Santa suits, clothing that a lot of us would die to have. He has really, really put a lot into that. Kenny is such a quality person. Can't wait to have him on. I'm going to let Randy tell you about this next one.
Oh, man, I just love. Thank you, Bob. I get to do the real fun one here. And October 17th. Yeah, the middle of October we're already talking about. And he took just enough time out of his time because we know how close the season is. The real Santa Claus will be here. You'll be able to ask those questions about what goes on at the North Pole. All those questions that Bob and Scott and Spangle have been asking on Tuesday Night Live. The real Santa is going to be able to answer for you guys. It wasn't easy working this out, because we all know how Santa is up north and the time difference and how busy he is. But you guys are going to be amazed and have so much fun that night. I mean, it's just going to warm your heart. It's going to bring back, and I'll say this, the child in all of us. And that's what it is, such a good feeling to bring back the child in all of us just watching it. October 17th. Put that on your calendar.
This is that one guest that everybody in this industry would love to have the interview, and we got it.
Yeah, come on. That's what we're all about. And we get the real one here. Woohoo!
And if Randy's available that night, we're going to ask him to come on also. We're going to try to have the whole crew in on this one because, hey, it's an opportunity of a lifetime.
That'd be great. Then, of course, it's already the 24th, then the week after that of October. So it means Christmas is only 2 months away after that. You'll have the Tuesday Night Live special 3rd annual roundtable. Again, we're going to go through all those hard questions. We're definitely going to talk about those things when, how do you answer it when they say they want their grandma back or their dog got hit by a car, or whatever it is, or how do you deal with a handicapped person in a chair? it's going to be a fantastic roundtable like it was last year and the year before. So don't miss that on October 24th. And it's kind of great. It's just before the season starts, gives us that quick last minute refreshments. It's great to talk about it last January and March, but man, it's a good time, great time right now to bring up all those things. So I'm not sure how the layout's going to be. If you guys can type in questions, I'm sure that can work out that way. So get your hardest question out there, and the panel is of experts. We're going to be on there. Then October 30th, October 30th, the end of the month again, will be the Halloween special. Now, Halloween special a little different this year. It's going to be on Monday night, even though it's going to be Tuesday night and Bob and Randyl Company Live kind of combined, but it's going to do it Monday night that night because we don't want to mess with Halloween and all the little ones trick or treating and all that on Tuesday the 31st. So join us on Monday the 30th for the Halloween special. It's been a riot the last couple of years. I mean, the costumes and everything that people have been dressed up as, and no dressing up as Santa. That's not fair. Unless you're a Mrs. Claus, and that would be kind of interesting. But not you, Mel. You've already got edge up on everybody on that. So, but yeah, dress up because it's a great time to just have fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun. That's October 30th. Then, yes, then it's hard to believe November 7th will be the end of the season ending show. Man, I think, I mean, again, it's just the end of the year. We will start again in 2024, but we all know we're all going to be working very busy in November. So that's the send-off show for the third season, third season. And of course, we all know each season has been free, and free. Every season, all 3 seasons have all been free. And of course, they're on YouTube and of course stay on Facebook page. So guys, don't forget that and come back and see, all those questions. Look back at something Tuesday Night Live from March or October that you can learn, or even us that you can learn some way back. I mean, just you can fast forward on YouTube if you don't want to hear us rambling about the weather, but stop by. I mean, there's so much learning here besides all the things that all our guests have added. It'll again, it's free. Don't miss it. Free. 3. Oh, sorry, guys. I get a little excited. There you go. It's who's yes, Scott, you got it. Scott put up 4 frees. Woo, love you, Scott. You put up 4 frees. That's not just 3. That's 4. Woo. He mean in business,
right.
but
That's
man,
right.
I will say this again, and I've said this a few times, but without you folks, I don't know. You have made me through this year so far. Less than a month will be the year anniversary of what happened, and so without you guys, I thank God every night for you guys, and thank you for what you guys have done for me. That's why I want to give a little back, and it's less than a month away, so we'll see how I am for the next few weeks. But thanks to you guys. Thank you.
And just to mention that we'll be celebrating our 120th episode in just 3 seasons on live, our send-off show this year. Now, one that we didn't mention, I've got listed at the bottom of the page here, Randy, is, and you mentioned coming back for season 4. Our first TNL show of 2024 will be live from San Antonio, North Pole Cornerstone Special, Friday, February 2nd, 2024. More than likely, we'll probably do that at 7, but I don't want to announce the exact time until we get our complete schedule together, just to make sure that since I am an instructor at this one, and Scott will be running the board and all the things, and Rex will be an instructor, and we've got a little bit more logistics to work out for this, but we're definitely going to be live February, Friday the 2nd, 2024 for a special live from San Antonio.
Live. I mean, Scott's put all this stuff together phenomenal to do live events now. All the equipment Scott has put out, and his technology brain is just phenomenal for Tuesday Night Live. So thank you, Scott, so much for doing all that. That's just phenomenal. And yeah, Diane, Monday night, Bob Randyl and Company is taking a break also through November, December, and January, just like we did last year, because we're I won't be here because I'll be busy though every Monday night, being the Gathaway beard when we start bleaching in a couple weeks. But yeah, that will that'll be in there. Thank you, Sean. That was very sweet of you. Thank you. Yeah. So But yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe we're talking about that already. That's the end of the season, but
Yeah, it's
back.
pretty crazy for sure. All right, you said Randy caught the question, Angie?
Yes.
Okay. All right, fantastic. Okay. Did we have a winner before I reveal? Okay, just want to make sure. Last week we gave the answer and didn't have a winner, and we felt bad about that. We could have given
Oh,
a few clues to this. Of course, this was on the Tuesday show. We could have gave a few clues that would have gotten a winner there, and it's a great question. But anyway, just want to make sure we had a winner before I revealed here. So the trivia answer today for the trivia question, santascloset.org. I want to say thank you to Wade and Scarlett for everything they do, bringing the show to you guys with the trivia giveaways. In 1804, U.S. soldiers stationed at Fort Dearborn hauled trees from the surrounding woods to their barracks at Christmas. Besides, okay, so Fort Dearborn, beside the Chicago River, what is now known as Chicago, Illinois. That was your three answers. 1804, Fort Dearborn, present day Chicago. And our winner?
Carl White.
Carl got it today. Fantastic job, Carl. Good job, man. So your name will go in the hat for a chance at the drawing November 7th, the last show of the year for North Pole Cornerstones. And then you also get a goodie package from Wade and Scarlett at santascloset.org. And I'll get your information, as long as it's still the same, over to them and let them get that shipped out to you.
wow.
Hey, Randy. Been pretty magical up to this point, but I think we've got another segment here, Magical Moments, presented by Randyl Santa Checker Lee. Let's do it.
Hi, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Magical Moments again. Thank you again so very, very much for stopping in today on a Monday afternoon. I am and Bob are so blessed, Angel. We're so blessed to have you a part of our show on Monday. And don't forget to look at it in YouTube page. But what I want to talk about, of course, was the season's coming up, and we all talked about earlier about what we got for Christmas. Then is there something that you want to give the children for Christmas? Now, a lot of us give away goodies, and I found another magical way I'm going to show you here in just a moment that you can magically produce at a very, very easy thing for you to do, some gifts. Of course, it's certain sizing, and I'm going to show you what it is here. What you're going to do, oh my goodness, it's so good. All you need is just a piece of paper. You just need a piece of paper. Oh, it's just a cool piece of paper. And what you do is you fold it up, and you do whatever you want to. Of course, I love my famous magical words, wheel, wheel, woodgy, woodgy, jingle bells. And you just reach in, and you can bring out goodies. Now, I have these are, they're necklaces for the children to give away. But you can produce anything. You can produce coins in here. You can produce the reindeer cards. You can produce a lot of things, but it's a very also small thing, just a piece of paper that you can magically produce something out of. And you can decorate it however you want to, because I'm going to show you what it is to begin with. What it is I'm going to take the one that's not marked up yet. It actually is a piece of construction paper. And then there's this funny little flap. And that flap then becomes, I'm going to set this here, I apologize, I shouldn't go back and forth, but I am. That flap makes a little pocket. So when you put whatever you want to in there, we're going to put these right back in there, and I'm going to show you how it goes. It's kind of like that other card I showed you a week ago, but just in a little different shape. You just hold it closed. Nobody sees that there's actually a pocket there. So you take it out of your bag, or Mrs. Claus can bring it out of her purse, whatever it is, you can have it folded up to begin with. Doesn't take up much room. open it up and you tell the children, it's a nice and empty. You fold it up and you can do whatever you want to. You can whatever, and you just reach in or you can have the children. What's more fun, you have the children put their hands out like this, and then you just take. And I can maybe do it with one hand, and you just pour it out into the hands. It's a wonderful, wonderful visual thing for the children to watch. And of course, another extra way to turn a little bit of magic into your giveaways instead of just saying, "Oh, here, let me put this over your shoulder," or giving a coin or a reindeer card. They're all fantastic gifts. But this way you can do it magically for them without a whole lot of work. And like I said, it is just I can if you're looking for information about it, let me know and I will send you the instructions how to make it. But it is just a piece, and it's kind of an odd shaped piece of construction paper. And I can send you the measurements. That just makes the pocket, and you just put little strips of, this is actually electrical tape. It's nothing magical. It's just electrical tape and poster board to make a very easy magic trick. Now you could color it in all whatever holiday colors. You could make this green if you wanted to. I actually use the red, this color here, because I use it in the regular magic show, so I can use it for multi-purposes. But it's a very quick, easy thing to make, and it can add to your entertainment, or Mrs. Claus can do it very easily. Like I said, keep it in her purse. But one more way we can add a little magic to our performance, and again, I always say it, we are performers, and we want to set ourselves apart from everybody else out there. Everybody loves Santa, everybody loves Mrs. Claus, but let you be a little different, and everything else. It's easy. I don't think I have any of the cards to. Oh yeah, see, I can do that. This is what I did a couple weeks ago for you folks. I can show you even the cards that went in there. They can very easily go in there also. So if you want to give out reindeer cards, very, very easily fold it up, the pocket opens up, and then they come out. It's another fun. Oh, there's all of the other reindeer. It's a great, easy way to do a little magic and make it a little more fun to give out a gift, especially at a home visit, than it is just saying, here it is. So just a thought. If you want the information, just IM me. I'll be glad to send you the information, the measurements, how to make it, because it is special measurements on from here to here and here to here and everything else. I can be glad to send it to you if you're interested. But thank you very much. As always, thank you so much. Next week, I'm going to show you another way how to produce some other gifts also out of change bags. That's a magic prop, but we'll work about that next week. Again, thank you guys. I just so thankful and so blessed for you. I'd be able to have this time to be able to show you things. And I hope it can help you and hope your performance value. Because like I said, we're all performers and we want smiles and we want to do something extra for everybody we perform for. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you soon.
Dude, you are the best. Ernie, Charlie, and Kevin and Diane all want you to reach out to them. They want to know the instructions and the measurements there.
Be glad to.
Very good. Fantastic, Randy. You are so good. I just enjoy that segment each week. I'm looking forward to what you're going to spring on us next. Love, love, love it. You're fantastic. Okay, so hey, let's do this. We're going to run this lead in, and we'll be right back on the other side before we run our segment. All right, this is Sneak Peek into Santa's Toy Calendar 2023. This is each week we would like to highlight 2 new toys that are set to become one of the hottest of the 2023 Christmas season by top sites on the web, World Wide Web. And we have Elf Annabelle back with us this week. She is so fantastic. That girl just works so hard, and she's so much fun. So let's go ahead and run her segment right here.
Hi everyone, Alf Annabelle back for the Bob, Randyl and Company live show to preview 2 more toys that are top picks for 2023 by Good Housekeeping Institute. It's a lucky time to be a kid, just when we think the toys couldn't get any more sophisticated, innovative, imaginative, and all-around fun, more come out that set the bar ever higher. Every year, experts from the Good Housekeeping Institute get a sneak at the slate of toys and games headed to shelves. Both of this week's picks whom weigh in on the year-end Good Housekeeping Best Toy Awards. The offerings have been impressive. These are the toys their staff predict will be the hottest toys coming out in 2023. Disney fans and collectible trading card enthusiasts alike will love Ravensburger's new strategy trading card game, featuring all their favorite Disney characters. In Disney Lorcana, you play as an Illuminer that can use various items, like Dragonfire, actions, One Jump Ahead, or characters, Elsa, Mickey, Stitch, Robin Hood, and many others, to go on quests and acquire lore, and stop their opponents from doing so. Players will need a 60-card starter card deck to get going, and then they can get booster packs to supplement their collection. Disney Lorcana, which is suggested for players ages 8+, was first introduced at the 2022 D23 Expo, where lucky guests may have gotten their hands on promo cards of 7 different characters, like Mickey Mouse as the brave little tailor or Elsa as the Snow Queen. Since then, the sets have become more and more available. The first set of 200 cards, dubbed The First Chapter, went on sale in mid-August 2023 at game shops and Disney parks. In addition, Ravensburger plans on releasing new card sets about 4 times a year. To get an idea of how this game is played, the actual game mechanics will be familiar to anyone who has played collectible, strategy playing card games before. Players need to collect inks, which they can use to activate other cards, including characters and items. There are also action cards that help bend the rules and do things like heal damage, banish an opposing player's character card, or let you peek through your deck for helpful items. The goal is to have enough inks to go questing with your glimmers to earn 20 lore. That sounds like a bunch of higgledy-piggledy, as Merlin would say, and yes, he's in one of the first chapter. This isn't one of those quick-to-learn, quick-to-play card games, and comes in with mixed reviews. Promo Disney Lorcana cards are the ultimate chase for collectors, with some cards valued at over $1,000. Due to the rare availability of these cards, prices are likely to remain above average as long as demand for them continues. People's obsession with Disney hasn't waned one bit since the company broke onto the scene in 1923, and Disney collectibles, both new and old, can be worth a ton of money to the right person. As long as you find the right buyer, you can sell almost anything Disney. Now, for toy number 2 this week, let's take a sneak peek at another hot toy on the Good Housekeeping list. Let's move on to toy number 2 for this week with the fabulous and magical Randyl Checker Lee in mind. This toy sure to be a hit with children ages 8 and up. This season, Magic Masterclass Penn and Teller Magic Lab VR, children can use virtual reality to learn nearly 30 beginning magic tricks alongside legendary magicians Penn and Teller. Apart from being able to dazzle friends and family, this set also has a social-emotional focus, emphasizing the confidence and public speaking skills performers need when they're up on stage. Children can use the included virtual reality (VR) goggles to watch Penn and Teller perform 28 tricks, then explain how to perform them. The included 50-page book has step-by-step instructions to go along with the 75-piece magic kit to help kids put on an amazing show. This toy sells on Amazon for $65. I've had fun this week researching the latest toys for 2023 Christmas season, and as I mentioned, the second was with my great friend Magical Randyl Checker Lee in mind. If you too want to perform magic, this set will get you started, but take it from me. Randyl is an inspiration to all whom love great magical performances. As I part this week, I will remind you all to be magical and be kind, and in Elvish I would say it in this way: Harma or Golo, but in English saying, treasure those moments. Wishing everyone a peaceful but productive week of studies as you all prepare for your upcoming season of spreading joy to all. Next week I have a very special assignment I'm doing for Mrs. Claus that will keep me from being able to do the toy review, but don't worry, because you will be blessed with my older sister Mary, Noel, Aria, whom will file the report next week. I will be back the following week and will have the chance to chat with Bob and Randyl live. I'm so very looking forward to doing so. Till then. EQ Mara Mesta and Ni Vela Tiento, Yaredo Nye, Yep Elvish, which translate into goodbye until I see you next. Now Annabelle, pitching it back to you, Angela, Randyl and Bob in the studio.
Wow. I know what I want for Christmas. I know what I want for Christmas. I know what I want for Christmas. The real Santa's going to be here in a couple weeks. That's what I'm asking for.
There
I
you
love
go. There you go. Yeah, so next week Aria will be here. Annabelle's older sister. She's going to fill in. Annabelle, as she mentioned, has a very special assignment for Mrs. Claus, and that's something we'll talk about more in the next few weeks coming up here on the Bob Randall and Company live preview show. But that's fantastic. I love her. She is just super
Dynamite.
cool.
She's
She's
dynamite.
super
She's so
cool. She
cute
is so good.
and
She works
informative.
hard.
Not just that, just, I mean, it's like she's got it from A to Z on letting you know what's going on in that toy. That's
And she does her homework, that's for sure. All right. Any
fun.
questions from our peanut gallery today? Anybody have anything they want to talk about here? Now would be the time to do it.
I like Elizabeth's line though. Y'all have almost as many hats as she does shoes. I love
Elizabeth, this is something I haven't talked about, but 2 years ago, when we were all kind of looking at doing virtual visits because of COVID, I had went out, bought a really cool backdrop that I had never seen before,
got a question.
built-in layers, 5 different layers of depth into my studio, where right now it's just one, me, and the backdrop 2. I had 5 layers. It was a really, really, really cool set, but there was one thing that was missing, and it was a place for Santa to hang his hats. So we drove about an hour and a half north of here after doing extensive research looking for the proper wood that I wanted to build a super cool hat rack out of. Coat hat rack.
Yeah.
Built one for Scott Saratine, built one for myself, built one for my wife, built one for my son. The 2 different sizes. We had the small Poe, which was about a 5-inch diameter Poe, and then the really cool ones, the ones that I fell in love with the most, is actually a log. This thing is like, I don't know, 16, 18 inches in diameter, and has the wooden pegs off of it. But I've got a whole rack full of hats. I just grabbed a handful for today. But Randy's the one that's really got the cool hats. I've got lots of ball caps and that sort of thing stored in my closet, stacked away in there. But it's just fun. Something Randy started a number of weeks ago, and I said today, I said, I'm going to do it too. So we've had fun switching hats, having fun with everyone. Elizabeth was privy to us right off the bat. She noticed, her and Diane both. And I want to thank everyone for noticing that we're kind of having fun here. Hey, money is fun.
That's right. Mondays, that's what we're all about. Just here to have fun and hopefully you learn a little bit. I know I always have a great time. I said I can't be any luckier. They have more fun than I do. I mean, I think it's just maybe it's more self-entertainment to a point, I guess sometimes. But I have a great
Yeah,
time.
Mondays are just fun. You don't want to miss it. You just don't.
I don't want to miss it.
I mean, we have taken this show and had it has evolved so much. Thanks to Randy. Thanks for everything that Randy does. Angela, oh my gosh, we couldn't do it without her. She is always the backbone to everything that happens at TNL Productions and the Monday Show and the Tuesday Show. Couldn't do it without you guys. I mean, hey, we can stand over here and jibber jabber all day long and try to help and share some of our experience and expertise. Nobody's watching. It's all for nothing. So thank you so much, not only watching live, but watching the replays, supporting us on YouTube. Uh, Again, we could use some more subscriptions on Monday on YouTube. It's lagging behind 2-1. Tuesday night live's got twice as many subscriptions or more. Again, our goal would be for both shows to reach 1,000. If we reach 1,000 subscriptions on each show, then YouTube will monetize us. It's pennies on a dollar, but 1,000 goes to 2,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 to 1,000,000. You get up into the millions in subscriptions, which these shows will never have. We're a specialized audience. You know, we are a small knit community. YouTube, even after we would get 1,000 subscriptions on each show, they would start pushing our content out more. But again, it would fit into the algorithm of what our show is about. And but still, I mean, even if we collected $5 a month, that would pay for the platform almost in a year for StreamYard. So help us out if you can. Go over and join YouTube. The Bob Randall and Company Live Preview Show has our own channel, exactly the way Angela has it down there. The Bob, Randall and Company Live Preview Show. Put that in your search bar. Speaking of search bars, over on YouTube, and you will find us. We'll pop up and give us a subscription if you haven't.
Subscribe. Hit that little thing on the corner that says subscribe. Yeah, and I want to take a minute to say thank you to you, Bob and Angela and everything for starting this whole thing. Without your belief and thought process to begin with, none of this would be going on now. So I hope everybody can give you a big thank you and a big round of applause to you, Bob and Angela, for really, really, knowing this is great for the community and taking so much of your time to do this stuff. It's amazing. Thank you, Bob, for letting me also be a part of your dream that you started. I'm very fortunate, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, and I have to give credit to Mitchell Allen, Jonathan Burton. Jonathan Burton, 2018, came out with a podcast where he started interviewing Santa's and Mrs. Clauses. Had the opportunity to watch him work at the ISA in Denver, and went to bed that night thinking about how can you take that to that next level. Something that me and Gordon had talked about for some time, a couple of years, just couldn't find the right people, the right platform. It's a lot to start something from scratch like this. And, Barry, rest in peace, my brother, was fantastic for the Monday and Tuesday shows. We had a great time. It was a great run. When he started feeling bad and knew something was going on with him, he just suddenly one morning got up and said, I'm resigning. I'm stepping away from Sat Bob, stepping away from the shows. And it was a shocker. Randy jumped right in, filled in on Monday. After the first week, I knew he was the one I wanted as a co-host here. Of course, Spangle was already part of the Tuesday show with his product announcements and giveaways and trivia, and he stepped in. And of course, Scott Saraton came along to be the fill-in co-host, and we've got Rex and Melissa Lynn and so many of us that are part of this now that has contributed and continue to contribute. So it's a joint effort by us all, and we just want to thank everyone again for being a part of it. We hope that we're doing some good. We're not the only show in town. We're not the only game in town. There's others out there that are trying to do kind of what we're doing and doing it in their own way. But we hope that we're the innovator. We hope that we're the leader, and we hope that we can continue to bring you good content and have fun doing it. Thank you, Randy, so much, brother. Have a good week. I know it's going to be tough next couple of weeks for you. Hey, if you need, I don't care what time of day or night it is. I've told you this before. Call me if you need to talk.
We'll talk about something off the in the green room in a second.
Okay, sounds good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the Monday show. Hope to see you back here next week. Hey, come join us tomorrow night where we've got Cherry Hill Ruby and Becky, yeah, the two wacky girls from Cherry Hill programs. But come check that out. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.